With Splint's Friends and Foes program,
you can call your friends all you want.
And we'll charge it to your foes.
It's that simple,
whether it be your ex-wife or your boss. Your abilities get paid for you.
By the people you hate the most. Give us a list of your friends and foes.
And we'll take care of the rest.
Splint, where you get revenge
and savings at the same time.
Promo Pizza, 555 Belch. Here's your promo pizza.
Okay, thanks, Sonny. 1851. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Good. Have a good night.
With promo pizza, you can eat the kind of food you want, pizza, and never have to worry about an upset stomach. Promo pizza, the flavor keeps bubbling up. Now you can laugh at your friends while they eat regular pizza and get upset stomachs, while you eat Bromo pizza. Call 555-BELCH. Remember, gone are the days of pizzas that will upset your stomach. With Bromo pizza, you're already there. 555-BELCH. Bromo, pizza.
Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host. We're going on a quest for truth together. We're all together here now, friends. Well, how do you like that? I hope you had a good weekend. I've been spending the weekend kind of recovering, not recovering furniture, recovering from this illness, which I think... Now, my daughter went to the doctor. She has something in her ear. And so the doctor said, well, you probably have RSV. Well, if you have RSV and give it to some other person, is that an RSVP? I don't know. I never heard of this affliction until I moved out here. It's also called hand, foot, and mouth. Something. I'd never heard of it. Is it just like a regional thing here? I don't know. But anyway, I think the Kleenex companies are behind all these afflictions. Maybe they're putting maybe they're paying the chemtrailers to put something in there to make us cough. Who knows? Stranger things have been true. Well, folks, let's check out Chatlandia. Still a little bit better than I was. This RSVP disease, whatever it is. It's just the flu, probably. And look, we have Catherine Weiss. That's Weiss123. She's one of our Ultramods, and she says, hi, Aaron. And then she also says, I'll be over there on YouTube tonight. And then she also says, hi, Peggy. And then I said, hi, Kathy. And then she said, Kathy over on YouTube says, hi, Aaron. And then me over on YouTube, I say, hello, Truth Questers, on the portrait one. And then I said, hi, Kathy. On the other one over there on YouTube. We have two YouTubes, one portrait and one landscape. So if you're in a confuser, do the landscape. If you're on your phone, you do the portrait. I guess that's how it goes. Something like that. And look who else is here. Why, it's another one of our Ultra mods. It's Peggy Dancer. And she's over there on YouTube saying, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123 Kathy. I'll be on Rumble tonight. Awesome. Got the coordination of the Ultra mods. Then I said, hi, Peggy. And then Kathy said, hi, Peggy. And then look who else is here, our longtime friend. It's Skylark74. Greetings, fellow Truth Questers, he says. Then I said, hi, Skylark74. And then Cap78 Pack over on Rumble says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123 Kathy. Skylark, welcome in, fellow Truth Questers. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. And then Skylark says, Moon and Back on YouTube has a video showing King Crater on the lunar far side. The moon crater named in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting. That is interesting. And then I said, hi, Peggy. Oh, on Rumble. Okay. I get so confused. I confuse myself. It's not hard. Skylark says, hello, Catherine. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Aaron. And then Cap78 Pack, thanks for sharing that, Skylark74. And look who else is here. Another one of our longtime friends. Why, it's Chronaviewer. Hello, Aaron. Hello, all. And I want to thank Chronaviewer for liking my posts and sharing my posts and stuff like that. That's really cool. You do that. Thank you, buddy. And also Mrs. Pinkerton, too. Skylark74 says the King Crater images. Oops. Chronaviewer says, hello, Aaron. Hello, all. Then Skylark says the King Crater images were taken from, oh, wait a minute. Did I already say that? Oh, from the Apollo 16 command service module, which had a special mapping camera fitted. Okay. Yeah, they were amazing, technically advanced for back in the 60s, and they were working on that project for over a decade. And if you read the book Selected by Extraterrestrials by William Tompkins, he was one of the main guys doing a lot of the conceptual work for the Apollo program. So very interesting if you're curious about that. William Tompkins, Selected by Extraterrestrials. And Kathy says, hi, Skylark74. And then Kathy says, hi, Chronaviewer. And then Kathy says, hi, Aaron, over on the portrait. Oh, and look who it is. Who's here now? It's the BK. Hello, the BK. Greetings to all TQs on YouTube. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you again. Oh, you know what? The BK. I got something to show, which I've had back here, but I always forget to show it when you're on. So I'm going to show this some artwork here. So hold on in a little bit here. As soon as we get through this. Good to see you, BK. Then I said, hi, Chronaviewer. Oh, is the BK on the... is he on the... He must be on the portrait. I don't have that tab open up, unfortunately. And Chronaviewer says he waves, has the sunglasses and the guitar. Very, very cool. You know, the Qatar has been in the news a lot lately, and I just think that Qatar should break ties with all of the terrorists they supposedly have ties with and start building really awesome guitars. They could call them Qatar guitars. Boom. That idea is free, too. There you go. Then Kathy says, Hi, the BK. Thanks, Kathy, for saying that, because I'm not over there. I guess I could say it over here. It would show up on screen. Hi, at the BK. There it is. Exclamation points. There. Did it show? Sometimes it doesn't show. I think it did. Alrighty then. Skylark says, Moon and Back is a YouTube webcast that has imagery taken by either Apollo spacecraft or by ground-based telescopes of the moon's surface. The imagery is usually of the near side, but there have been some on the far side, right? Videos dedicated to some of the normally unseen lunar far side. Yes, we would love to see that. I think they should do. I think that, well, I don't know if it'd be possible, but for NASA or someone, SpaceX, to go up and go around the moon and put something in orbit so it stays behind the moon and have it unfold into a big mirror so that earthbound telescopes could aim it at the mirror and see the back of the moon. Wouldn't that be cool? You'd see it in reverse, but I think that would be too cool for school. I think they should do that. That would be a very interesting program to do. King Crater has the unusual Y-shaped mountain in the center of the crater. Oh, Y-shaped crater mountain. Wow. Okay. Oh, and look at Peggy Dancer's coming with the info. Hand, foot, and mouth viral infection. A set of the chickenpox viruses is hand, foot, and mouth. Can have bacterial infection with it. Easy treatable, but painful during acute phase. Yeah. There it goes. And Kathy puts this out. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. And hit the old thumbs up because it helps the algo rhythm, the algo beat, and the algo melody, and all those algo things. Always give the thumbs up. Thank you very much for doing that. Thanks, Kathy, for putting that out there. And Cap78 Pack says, pox family virus. Yes, I understood what you meant. Then I said, hi, at the BK. And look who else is here. Why, it's Buying. Hello, Buying. Good to see you here. It says, greetings. And we're all caught up. So I'm going to take this momentum and show these little very old pieces of art that I did of some of our high school teachers. And this is it's a pencil portrait, just a pencil sketch. Oh. Hello?
I just want to let you know that BK is on my YouTube. He's not on the portrait site. He's on our YouTube channel.
Okay. Thanks.
Because you said you were going to show the pictures and you thought he was on the portrait, and he's on the regular YouTube channel.
Okay. I was just showing him. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay. Here is one of them. Now, I can't remember this guy's name, but I think he was like a coach too, but he was a teacher. I can't remember his name. I cannot remember his name. And maybe the BK can remember this character. Do you remember this guy? I'll keep it up there for a while. So I think it's just a picture that I did this from a picture in the yearbook. So the bat phone. Yes, the bat phone. Oh yeah, that's Mr. Berkeley. You're right, Mr. Berkeley. Now it's all making sense now. Yeah, there he is. He was kind of a good teacher, don't you think? Oops, I better get that off there. I'll get another call. He was a pretty good teacher. Nice guy, friendly guy. And here's another teacher I had, another sketch. And this is I think it's Mr. Idy. Is this Mr. Idy? And if this is Mr. Idy, is that who that is? Gosh. No, I can't remember the names so much. So the other one was Mr. Berkeley. I think this is Mr. Idy. And if this is Mr. Idy, I got a story about him. Oh, geometry. That's what Mr. Berkeley taught. And look who's here. Why, it's Operation Shutdown. He says, it's all making sense now, probably because we're just downrange of strange. That's right. We certainly are. Thanks. Great sketches, Aaron, says Operation Shutdown. The BK, yes. So Mr. Idy, now this guy here, Mr. Idy, I don't know if it's just rumor or if it was true, but so Mr. Idy, and then the BK says, yes, Mr. Idy. Okay. And Kathy says, hi, Operation Shutdown. So Mr. Idy, he was, I think, the English teacher. I'm pretty sure. It's my memory from way back then is so fuzzy. Anyway, but I remember there was some scuttlebutt about Mr. Idy. Because why? Well, because apparently, now I don't know if this is true or not, if it was just like legend or rumor or something, but apparently he had lost the tip of one of his fingers. I can't remember if it was index finger or if it was his middle finger. I think it might have been his index finger. He lost the first digit of his index finger like many years prior to us being there in 79, 80. But so it was all healed up and everything. And apparently, according to rumor mill at Mound Westonka High School, they took off the first digit of one of his toes and put it on his finger. So whenever he would, I think it was his second finger, maybe it was his first finger. So when he'd be reading, he'd go, and he'd turn the page and go, ew, he just licked his toe. I think he did it on purpose. I'm going to lick my toe and see if anyone skirmishes. I don't know if that was true or not, or if he just had a weird looking finger. But did you ever hear that? The BK? Did you ever hear that story about Mr. Idy having the tip of one of his fingers replaced with one of his toes? That's pretty amazing if they can do that. Oh, and Channing Patterson 15 says, can you please say my name? It is Channing. Hello, Channing. Channing is chatting. So, still waiting for a confirmation from the BK about, is that true about his finger? Because I just don't know, you know? See if I have any other works of art back here. I don't think I do. I do have other drawings that I did. Some of them, I know I drew a picture of what was her name? Blonde girl, real popular. But I drew a picture of her. I can't remember her name. It's too fuzzy. It's too fuzzy. I can't remember. Paula Shepherd. I drew a picture of Paula Shepherd. And then who else did I draw a picture of? A whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of people. I was always drawing pictures. And so that's that. That is that. Here's another drawing I did, but it's not someone I went to school with. There it is. Little alien dude. How do you like that? Alrighty then. That made my day, says Channing. Oh, good. Good to hear it. And then the YouTube is on a 30-second delay. Yes, I do know that. And then Skylark says, that's maybe about 14 degrees west of the western edge of the great crater Mendeleev. Right? And Cap 78 Pack Pagan Answer says, we had teachers in junior and senior high that had weird anomalies too, Aaron. Not hard to recall them by odd things, LOL. Right. If there's not odd things about them, I don't remember them, right? Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, I used to do a lot of drawing. A lot of drawing. And I remember when the copier first came out, just the Xerox machines. I was so amazed. I would take a drawing that took me hours to do. I'd go and make a copy, and it was instant like that. Like, wow, this is pretty cool. So there you go. There you go. There you go. So maybe BK didn't hear, maybe he didn't have Mr. ID, or maybe he didn't hear that rumor about Mr. ID. Mr. King was the funniest teacher I had. Talked in a monotone, but he, very funny guy to me. To me. All right, well, let's get into this, shall we now? And let's go over and see. I think we're going to go to X first for a reason. So let's go over to X. Shall we now? Oh, we shall. What? Is this it? Okay, this is it. Alrighty, Aphrodite, we're almost there. Okay, we can start off with this story, I guess. Did you hear this, folks? This is, I saw this right before I went on air, so I shared it. And this was brought out by Milla Joy. Breaking: Tina Peters was assaulted last night in prison. An inmate attacked her, and she defended herself. For that, she was sent to solitary confinement and was told that she was being charged with a felony assault. Oh, my God. They need to, close that prison down, go over there and extract her out, just like I did Maduro. Same kind of an operation. I think they should. Wow. That is so completely unfair. They have just wrung her through. Now, they just recently did a couple judges looked at the trial, the sham trial she went through, and they were poking holes through everything about that trial. I don't know how that can stand, how she can't get an appeal or something, or have her, since there's all kinds of questions about the trial, just have her let out, maybe give her an ankle monitor if you're so worried. She never broke any laws in her whole life. She's a non-violent, and they charged her with a misdemeanor, but they conflated it into they called it a felony, but it really was a misdemeanor. So you can't go to prison for a misdemeanor, can you? For 8 years? It just makes me so upset that can happen in this country to a fine woman like that. Gonzalo Chavez, Dr. Zeninga, anthropologist, and Dr. Mendoza, radiologist, analyze Maserat, while Jois Medtilla records the medical procedures. Yeah, these aren't human, folks. They don't even have ears. They have holes in the side of their head. They don't have ears. People are trying to say, oh, it's a human. No, There's our show tonight, 7:21. Look at that. Beautiful nebula. It's pretty nebulous. And another one from Gonzalo Chavez. Dr. Fung used CT data from both humans and tridactyl specimens for his report. And this comparison really speaks for itself. On the left is a human foot. On the right are both feet of Montserrat. Montserrat. The difference isn't just the number of toes, it's the entire bony architecture. And so I answered this. Let me see what's going to happen if I do this. Is it going to mess things up? How come you can't see the other people's? Oh, gosh. Anyway, so I shared a little video, which we're going to see later, that shows a tribe in Africa. This tribe in Africa, they have two toes, the big toe and the little toe, and it looks like a claw, and they can climb trees really well. And it's a genetic defect or something unique to that tribe because they stay within the tribe. They don't really go out of their tribe. They're called the ostrich people of Nigeria. And so I shared a little video with this guy here, which I can't get to now. I don't know how. There's some certain things about X I don't understand. It's like, why can't I see all of the posts for that? I don't know. Am I doing something wrong? Maybe, probably. But so they're trying to figure out, is this just an anomaly of this, like a genetic alteration? I don't believe that it is. There's too many other parts that are different. I mean, if you look at this bone, these two bones here, and these two bones, sort of similar. But yeah, they're just not the same. And the ostrich people, well, let me just show you what the ostrich people look like. Here they are. This is from Sarthi Illusion. The ostrich tribe of Zimbabwe has a two-toed population due to a rare genetic condition, which they use to their advantage. They can climb trees better. Look at this. So here is some very different looking human feet. They have their genetic anomaly. They're missing the center 3 toes. Look at this guy. Look at that. I think this guy has the coolest ones. Of course, they can't wear shoes. It doesn't really inhibit them that much in their tribe. And it's in their culture, they say that some god or someone mated with an ostrich, and that's how they got those feet or something like that. Look at that. Isn't that strange? So when I saw these tridactyls, I instantly remembered this story from many, many years ago. And I just recently looked it up because I wanted to share it with these people studying it, because this is something they can, well, here is a very strange genetic anomaly of feet in humans. But again, it's not in their hands too. It's just in their feet. Okay? Ectodactyly. Boy, say that 5 times fast. I know I can't. And Peggy Dancer says, this upset me bad regarding Tina Peters. She needs to be extracted and that prison closed. Yes, pure evil done to her. Yes, and who else are they doing evil things like that to? Might be a whole prison full of conservatives. Who knows? But in Colorado, there is no minimum security prison for women. They have like 3 or 4 of them. They're all for men. So they had to put her in with all of the murderers and the worst people in the world. And she never broke a law. And she didn't even break a law. Yeah, well, let's just... Okay. Skylark74 says, there are still skeptics on YouTube saying that the pterodactyls are fake. They don't look fake to me. No, they don't. Instead, they look like what everyone is calling them, anomalies or aliens. Yeah, right. Or anomalous aliens. Or some sort of hybrid. Maybe aliens came here and they tried to crossbreed, and that's why the bodies look sort of humanish. But they're very not human. There's so many things. It's not just the fingers and the toes. It's a lot more. And then Skylark says, surely there is DNA data that can make this clear whether or not these things are either aliens or human freaks. They've done some DNA tests, and they say there's like 67% or 70% that they don't know what it is. But these are like 1,800-year-old specimens. So you never know. And then Skylark says the third option would be a chimera of some kind. Of course, somebody is going to bring up the case of the jackalope. Oh, yeah, the jackalope. I suppose the Habsburg monarchs of Europe would have ended up looking like that if the inbreeding had continued, right? Yeah. So look at those feet. So lots of things to be thankful for. And here is look at these x-rays of their feet. And this is of that Zimbabwe tribe. Vadoma. The Vadoma people. Isn't that strange? Now this guy has sort of vestigial a bone like this for another one of the fingers or toes, but it looks like it's all kind of all together there. Isn't that strange? But they see it as a blessing. So here's ostrich feet. Here's some of their feet. Look at that. They're very proud of it. It sets them apart, and it's really not a big deal to them. All right. So that's that. I just wanted to show you guys that because I think it's interesting. It is interesting, although that does not look like the tridactyls, because you saw that one foot had like 2 bones on one side. The tridactyls, they're all 3. There's no ones with 4 or 2. So yeah. And not everyone in the tribe has feet like that, but they do not allow their tribe members to marry outside of the tribe. So the anomaly stays with them. It does not get to anybody else. Cap 78 Pack says disclosures need to happen and soon because this is getting out of hand and foot. Yeah. Yes. And Skylark says, I agree that the rumor mill is reaching warp speed nowadays. And Cap 78 Pack Peggy Answer says, sometimes I just shake my head at some folks. Skylark 74, LOL, mind blowing, isn't it? Yep. It sure is. Okay, well, let's go back over to X, where we started off. And there's those. See, these are much different. It's not like, oh, some of the middle toes are missing. And this area in here is completely different, looks like, than that. Yeah. Very crazy. Have you heard of this? I'd never heard of this. I told my daughter. She said she has heard of this.
There you go.
Thank you.
Of course.
Excuse me, bartender?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, do you guys have those drink covers?
Yeah, give me a second. There you go.
Thank you.
Of course. Everything okay?
Yeah, there's just been this guy that's been, like, following me around the bar tonight. It's kind of creepy. So I just wanted to put this on in case. Yeah, I don't know. He's just been, like, making me feel kind of uncomfortable tonight. So I wanted to put one of these on.
No, it's okay. You know, if it escalates, you can come up and order an angel shot.
What's that?
Yeah, like, lets us know that there's something wrong. You can order it, like, straight up, and I'll escort you to your car. You can order it on the rocks, and I'll call you a taxi or an Uber, and you order with a lemon or a lime, it means you're like in a lot of danger, and we'll call the police.
Really? I never knew about this.
Yeah, no, it's the thing. It's all the bars are trained to know it, so
Really?
works everywhere.
I've literally never heard of this, but that's really smart. I have to tell all my friends about that.
Yeah, order an angel shot if anything happens.
Thank you. I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah, of course.
Have a
We're
good
here
night.
for it. Yeah,
Thank you.
Isn't that interesting? Order an angel shot if you're in trouble. If you're out and about and some weird queerdo guy is following you around, get an angel shot. Order an angel shot. Oh, that's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. Okay. Juanita Broderick puts this out. The acronym AWFUL, affluent white female urban liberals. The New York Times not too happy over a new acronym for liberal white women. Awful. Affluent white female urban liberals. Awful. And they are very awful, aren't they? Yes. Terrible. And there's Don Lemon, a sour fruit, a lemon. There it is. This guy's got zero journalistic instinct. He's like, it's always like, is this guy's first day or something? No. But he's just so dumb. And now he's getting rolled up. I'm so happy. So happy. Oh, yeah. Here's all the liberals from the 90s. Jim Carrey was predicting what was going to happen. Check this out.
Listen up, people. I am here, and I want to help. This is our planet. Can I get a hurrah? What, am I invisible? Doesn't anybody care? Listen to me!
I want one with relish.
And I want mine with mustard.
I want you to stop this insanity. What do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to make a living here.
And the planet is dying. Listen, I can't get a pulse.
What the hell are you talking about?
There are 50,000 hot dog cows in Kansas alone.
So,
when those cows break wind, not only is it stinky, but it's cutting a hole in the ozone. Think of those hot dogs as 1 cubic foot of cow gas. Bon appetit. That's it. See? We can make a difference.
I'll make a difference in your face if you don't get out of here.
Oh, the truth hurts, doesn't it, Captain Carnivore?
Okay, Ricky, now break the piñata.
No! Parents, don't do it. Don't teach the children how to kill. This is genocide.
This is a birthday party. Would you get lost?
Smoke screen, so the truth cannot be seen. Listen, kids. First you hit a piñata, next thing you know, you're clubbing baby seals. This is real, children. These are the killing fields. The piñatas are piling up. Are you with me? To hell with you then.
Hey, man. If you don't get out of here, I will call the police. I'll whip your ass.
You've been eating hamburger, haven't you? I swear I could just strangle you. is it?
Hey, man.
Do you know what's in this thing?
Air.
Of course there's air. Lots of air that we could be breathing. Free the air! Hey, go, little air, go! Go, hurry! Fly away! Fly away!
Are you crazy? Give me my ball.
Oh, thank you, you're here.
What seems to be the problem?
The problem is I'm trying to teach these people how to embrace the planet, and they're not listening. It's insanity. I swear, it just makes me crazy. I wish somebody would just reach out and do something. I'm running out of breath.
Listen, I don't want any trouble. So why don't you just move along?
Does somebody have a camcorder?
All right, that's enough.
Don't touch me. I'm a vegetarian. Oh.
Oh, he predicted the Karens to a T. A gay Karen, but there you go. All right. Democrats take absolute power in Virginia, and the first thing they do is to introduce the legalized crime and steal all future elections and duplicate Somali daycare fraud acts. This is pretty sick what they did here. Elon Musk is agreeing with it there. So the first one is robbery conforms certain provisions of code to degrees of robbery offenses. So basically they created two categories that are like maybe not getting jail time for or something. Disgusting. And this one, let's see, election results counting machine readable ballots. Election results counting machine readable ballots requires ballot scanning machines to be used to count machine readable ballots and prohibits such ballots from being counted by hand for any reason or purpose not specifically authorized for by law. Ballot scanner machine and machine readable ballot are defined terms under current law. Well, they're going to end up cheating, aren't they? And this one, early childhood care and education, home-based child care provider startup grants. Oh, pilot program for established requirements establishes home-based child care provider startup grants pilot program whereby funds are provided to child care aware of Virginia to work in conjunction with the public and private partners. Blah, 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 blah. More ways for people to scam. I'm sure the illegals are going to get the front seat for that. Disgusting. The Democrats have no policies for normal people. They only have policies for criminals. Gonzalo Chavez, another little thing he put out showing they have no ears. The human tridactyls have no ears, no outer ear, just a hole that they hear through, apparently. He's got one here, here, here. This one doesn't have it on that side. They're not shown on this one. This one's a completely different shape. These might be several different types of creatures. Isn't that strange? So they don't have ears, so they're not human. I don't think there's been any case of humans evolving to have no ears. Never heard of that. In August 1996, Gary Webb exposed how the CIA hired drug dealers to sell massive amounts of cocaine in the U.S. in order to raise untraceable funds to finance a terrorist organization known as the Contras. In 2004, they claimed he committed suicide with 2 shots in the head. Let's watch this.
Investigative reporting is being sort of squeezed out of the picture, and I think intentionally, because it tends to ruffle feathers. I mean, good investigative reporting does ruffle feathers, and it draws lawsuits, and it gets newspapers in trouble. they were selling this stuff in South Central, which is, predominantly black section of Los Angeles, immediately before the outbreak of the crack cocaine epidemic. They started selling powder, tons and tons and tons of powder cocaine going into this one small area of the city. And from there, they sold it to Freeway Rick. The general idea of the CIA dealing drugs was something that the American mainstream press had never written about before. And that's why it prompted outrage among blacks, among drug reform activists, among politicians, by the CIA, by every federal agency involved in the drug war, because it showed they weren't doing their jobs, that it was a fraud.
So sad. 2006 grade was found dead with 2 bullet wounds to the head. That's brutal suicide. I call bull on that. No way. Very sad. Oh, this is pretty funny. This is good.
Can I get some money? This is why this is why I left California. I couldn't go to a Walmart without getting harassed. Like, hey, excuse me, can I get some money? Huh? Can you give me something to eat? I was like, you know what? Get a job. Okay? Have some self-respect. And don't give me the whole, whoa, that's not how you talk to your wife.
Oh my.
This is why I left California.
Oh yeah, so funny. Oh, I think we've seen this before too. We're going to skip that. Democrats, stop attacking our guys for wearing MAGA hats. We don't attack your guys for wearing dresses. We don't. No, we don't. We stay far away from them. Bonchi put this out. She just posted everything involved. Everyone involved. Look at this. This is Don Lemon, the Lemon himself. They stormed that church. And the one of the leaders there that he interviewed, Nicoma Levy Armstrong. Friends, here's a clip of our demonstration this morning at City's Church in St. Paul. David Eastwood is a pastor at the church and the acting field director for ICE office in St. Paul. It's time for judgment to begin, and it will begin in the house of God. Thank you to all the activists who showed up and independent journalists. And she names them all. They're all going to get rolled up now. Georgia Fort, Don Lemon, DeWoke Farmer 2. That guy's a piece of crap, man. Brixton Hughes. Special thanks to Monique Colors Dottie, Chantel Allen. She owns a daycare. Satra Strong Allen for co-organizing this mission from Black Lives Matter Minnesota and Black Lives Matter Twin Cities Metro, along with Racial Justice Network. Disgusting. They wanted to disrupt, and that's not legal. So they're going to get hell for that, which I'm very glad. Here it is. Look at this is before. Now, after he came out with I didn't know what was happening. He did know, and he talks about it right here.
They're getting the operation together again. This is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason it may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many white people here. I'm just going to be honest. It's because of the operation that they're doing today. It's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here. So that is what I could say. I turned our camera off of them because they're giving some critical information here. But there we go. Everybody's ready to go. Let's go. Okay. Thank you guys for allowing me to be here. Thank you guys.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
To see you. We're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but thank you. Tell us why you're doing this.
So
this is Nakima Levy Armstrong. She's on the show on Friday.
Levy Armstrong, civil rights attorney, longtime activist here in the community, and we protest and do activism in all kinds of ways. This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now. We've had a lot of success with the times we have done Operation Pull Up.
Yeah.
After George Floyd was killed, we went to the Police Federation head's home and staged a demonstration there. We also went to the head of the U.S. Marshals from Minnesota after Winston Smith was killed by the U.S. Marshals. We went there after Dante Wright was killed when AG Keith Ellison.
Yeah, lawless. Totally lawless. Harvey Dillon just confirmed that Don Lemon and his band of thugs are cooked. The journalism shield that Lemon wants to use isn't going to be valid. Nope. And this is from Retro Coast. My name is Mary Catron Mahoney. In 1997, I was a White House intern working for Bill Clinton. And moonlighting at Starbucks. As I prepared to testify about Clinton's sexual harassment of interns, a robber executed me and two Starbucks co-workers, but took no valuables. They just went there to kill her. They wanted to kill everyone that worked there so they know they got her. Sick. Yeah. Unbelievable. And Bill Clinton's still walking around. That should not happen. Here she is talking about it.
We've had a chance to chat with Attorney General Pam Bondi. You guys posted late last night that the Department of Justice and the Civil Rights Division, which you lead, will be looking into this incident to see if federal law was violated. What can you tell us?
Well, yes. So the Attorney General has been on this from the moment it happened. I was actually in the air when she first reached out to me, and we immediately jumped on this. There are already two prosecutors from my office on their way to Minneapolis, and they'll be there this morning. We have an FBI team assembled and local prosecutors as well. This is going to get the highest attention from the Department of Justice because there is no more sacred right in our Constitution than the right to assemble and pray to God. And there are federal laws that protect that right. And what happened here was a shameful exercise of virtue signaling, disruption, fear, terror. You can see children in this video being ushered out the back by their terrorized mothers. And this is illegal. And I want to add, before people start spazzing about the First Amendment, that the Biden administration prosecuted people peacefully praying outside abortion clinics for much, much less. Prosecuted them under conspiracy statutes, under the Klan Act, which I also have jurisdiction over at the DOJ. And so the people who did this made a big, big mistake, whoever they are. We are investigating exactly who they are, who coordinated with them, who paid for it, and who was there. And this will be met with the full force of the United States Department of Justice, as the Attorney General has directed. And we discussed yesterday with the pastor who was totally shaken. He was with his family. We want to make sure everyone felt safe. And there will be further legal action in coming days.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, listen to this. Wow, this lowlife just admitted to committing fraud on camera. Listen to this disgusting person. Unbelievable.
I am the person who made the Jonathan Ross GoFundMe. That's up to like $300,000 now. No, I do not support him, but I knew a bunch of fucking idiots would donate money to it. So no, That money's not going to him. That money's going to me. I just made $300,000 off of the idiocy of American citizens. And I'm making this video because people keep reporting it, and I don't want to get it taken down, because making a GoFundMe for someone defending their criminal activity is not allowed on there. So really, any GoFundMe firm shouldn't be allowed. So, but hopefully it stays up long enough for me to get at least $500,000, because, like, I'm making bank, and people don't know it's me.
Wow, you just admitted to committing fraud on camera. Congratulations, you're now a criminal. Felony or misdemeanor, depending on the amount, but either way, that means jail time for you. And yet you guys are calling Trump a criminal over his QuickBooks? Really? I mean, you just did something way worse. And you're out here using a man who acted in self-defense to line your own pockets, literally profiting off of someone else's tragedy. This is peak hypocrisy. But hey, I'm not surprised that the party that loves to cover up fraud and leech off the system is out here doing the same thing.
Yep. Isn't that just terrible? There's a lot of bad people out there, but there's more good people. And Cap 78 Pack said something here I want to highlight. She said, "Thank God for a good sense of humor, because without it, I'd be a blubbering, crying mess. So laugh, people." Yes, there's always something funny you can find. That's right. And here, let's see, what is this? Keith Ellison was colluding with Don Lemon before the church incident. Yeah, did you hear about this? Is this going to play? No, it doesn't play. Okay. I guess it won't. Even when the barriers are put in our way, my team and I stay focused on seeking justice and accountability for our communities. Well, then you should be cooperating with ICE like Minnesota always did, instead of not doing that and making your communities unsafe by letting all these criminals out on the street. You idiot. Grateful to Don Lemon for being on the ground in Minnesota to help lift up this fight for truth and fairness. What truth and what fairness are you talking about? My God. Disgusting. Look at it. Look at this. Aren't you glad you don't live in England? In Ireland, I guess? Irish teacher arrested again after refusing to use the they pronoun for student. Back in cuffs again. Enoch Burke. Let's listen to
them. Nobody accepts this. They don't believe it. People don't want to be told what to believe in. Well, this is all about transgenderism. Yeah, it's about forcing. Oh, it is about one issue.
Isn't that sad? In Ireland, my home country. Look at that. Well, actually, I'm Irish, so not really my home country. Look at this. Someone filmed. Oh God, I hate when that happens. Bats upside down. And it looks like a goth nightclub, doesn't it? Kind of does. Looks very goth. There you go. Oops. From Massimo. Isn't that cool? Storm news. They rescued 109 children in Dallas after arresting 244 predators. If this is what they caught, what does that say about what's still hidden, right? Look at that poor child. Oh, my goodness. Let's watch this.
So why isn't anybody talking about the fact that today in Dallas, Texas, the FBI and police arrested 244 people in a child trafficking ring? You heard what I just said? In Dallas, Texas, they arrested 244 people that were child predators. And the best part about this whole thing is that they found 109 missing children. So apparently this trafficking ring has been going on for a very, very long time. But the FBI and the police are saying that this is only the beginning. They're about to start. So why isn't anybody talking about the fact that today in Dallas, Texas, the
There you go. 109 kids freed. That's so good for them to be freed from that. Peaceful assembly. This is where a lot of you got it twisted. There is no constitutional right in the United States to protest. That's right. You heard me right. There is no constitutional right that protects you to protest. What does exist is the right to peacefully assemble. That's it. No riots, no chaos, no burning Schmidt down, no intimidation, no blocking roads, no screaming obscenities. Peacefully assemble. That's what it is. We're supposed to be doing there. That's the only thing that's protected. You have the right to stand there. You have the right to hold a sign. You have the right to assemble peacefully, quietly, lawfully, without trampling everyone else's rights. The moment it becomes loud, destructive, coercive, or threatening, it stops being protected and it becomes lawlessness. I'm glad that we could clear that up. I hope that they are listening. Eric Swalwell used his attorney's address as his home address on the candidate intention statement. Oh, yeah. A little perjury going on there, buddy. Oh, look at this. Leah Rain put this out, and we even had roads and stuff during this man's tenure. That's Andrew Jackson. The U.S. debt reached 0, and it was done by tariffs, baby. Yeah. He was the original tariff king, right? Yeah, look at that. Breaking: President Trump stuns America by calling for Rep. Omar to be sent to prison or even worse, deported out of America. I strongly support this. Do you? Yes, I do. There is $19 billion in Minnesota Somali fraud. Fake Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, a constant complainer who hates the USA, knows everything there is to know. She should be in jail. Or even worse punishment, sent back to Somalia, considered one of the absolutely worst countries in the world. She could help make Somalia great again. Yeah, let's let her do that. Here's Nick Sorter getting his camera stolen. Did you hear about this in Minneapolis? $1,000 camera. Look, he's in his
I
car.
can't tell you have to leave, but if we're getting calls and you guys are harassing people,
but driving around is not harassing it.
We were the ones being harassed. And 100%. If that's fine. I'm just saying if it rises to that level, because they're saying you guys are.
Well, that's the other thing about us too. Is like we're journalists. Like people are trying to intimidate us out of here for doing our First Amendment.
I know, but we don't need this stuff to keep happening.
I get it.
The level of hostility, obviously, it's not going to go away.
We just want our stuff. Like, it's.
And we're going to work on that. We're going to get detailed reports started here.
And also, here's the other thing too: is like if they rob us and then we leave, that just teaches them. Oh, if somebody here comes here you don't like, just rob them and they'll leave.
Okay, but there's a process that we have to follow. Okay, so we take the report, we document everything that happens.
Well, that's a cop.
It goes to our investigators, and they can.
Talking to Nick Sorter.
Deeper into it. We have the vehicle information now with the plate, so that's very helpful. Okay. So if we see the car, we can.
They're not going to do anything.
There.
Tell them
So we'll be looking for the car.
It's disgusting. They stole his $1,000 camera, and they're not going to do anything about it. Stop scrolling. Detransitioned woman speaks on the absolute horrors of early testosterone use. My heart is broken for her. Yes, it's so sad. Listen to her. This needs to be spread because we got to stop this, folks. It has to stop. These poor people.
They told you what was going to happen before you started testosterone. So really, it's your fault. You should have been paying more attention. See, but they didn't, though. They told me the outwardly observable effect that I would immediately notice. Like, that my voice was going to drop. Not that my vocal cords were going to dramatically thicken, and that a lot of women's larynxes aren't big enough to accommodate that thickness, meaning that my voice just always hurts. I snored last night, apparently, because my throat has hurt all day. It also means that I can't scream or raise my voice above a certain volume. I used to do theater. They knew that. That was something very important to me. And I've lost that ability because I can't project my voice anymore. They told me that I might experience vaginal dryness, not that the cells in my gynecological and urological anatomy are highly estrogen dependent, and that depleting them of that estrogen by going on testosterone is almost certainly going to cause them to irreversibly atrophy, which causes a slew of issues ranging from, yes, vaginal dryness and pain and bleeding upon penetration, to losing the ability to give vaginal birth, to urinary incontinence and pelvic floor dysfunction. I've seen a lot of informed consent packets from these gender clinics, and I have never seen one actually go into detail about what vaginal dryness entails. It's also crazy to me to imply that I, as a 14-year-old 8th grader, or the kids that they do this to are as young as 11, could comprehend the lifelong implications of being incontinent and not being able to have penetrative sex or give birth vaginally. That's not something that a child can consent to.
She's right. It's absolutely horrific. And they're trying to keep it going. These evil people, they're very evil. Very evil. Oh, look, Greenland Blitzkrieg in Greenland. January 1st, 16 German soldiers arrived in Greenland. January 17th, day later, Trump imposed additional tariffs on Germany. January 18th, a day later, German soldiers departed from Greenland. Yeah, they came and they left because of the tariff king. Yep. I really hope that people who are thinking about being a future president are taking notes, because President Trump is giving a master class at how to use tariffs to bring peace, to get countries to do what you want them to do. Yeah. And here's Paul Chapman, I think.
Today in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a group of activists led by Don Lemon stormed a Baptist church by the name of Cities Church during their worship time. They were screaming and chanting, disrupting the singing and the preaching, because they suspected an ICE officer may attend the church. This is a violation of what is known as the FACE Act. And not only do we condemn this act, but tonight I want to demand that the Department of Justice investigate what took place in Minneapolis, apprehend those who broke the law, and arrest them accordingly. We must protect religious liberty in this country. As people meet to worship God, they have been given legally the right to enter, to worship, and to leave their place of worship. The Lord Jesus said, "In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." I have preached for many years that there will come a time when we'll find out who are Christians by label and by convenience, and who are Christians by conviction. And certainly we're entering those days now. I believe we should pray for this congregation, and we should be vigilant as Christians to exercise our freedom, to worship our Savior, and to stand unashamed for the gospel of Jesus Christ.
It is so despicable what they did. Yes, and here's Nick Sorter. That's the woman in that red car that took his camera. He's trying to get it back, but his hand got rolled up in the drag, and he got a laceration.
Just tell her to give him the camera back. What happened, Nick?
They just stole my camera.
Right out of your hand while you're in the car?
That's what you wanted, right? What the fuck you wanted, right?
That's what you did.
Man, listen, motherfucker, you better get the fuck up out of here. You fucking coward. Where the fuck are you?
Yeah, it's just disgusting the way these people treat people. It's just horrible. It's because of their so-called leaders have told them it's okay to do this, and there's been no consequence. Here's that woman in the car. Guess what? The woman who stole Nick Sorter's camera equipment and drove onto the sidewalk, dangerously dragging him, has been identified as the owner of Children's Autism Center in Spring Lake Park, Minnesota. Imagine that. The vehicle and license plate involved match. There she is buying that car. Yeah, disgusting. Deport them all and confiscate all of their stuff. Release the frogs. Let's see what this is.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. You can kick rocks if you don't.
That's it right there. Release the frogs. Yes. Look at this daring rescue from this monkey from the power lines. Watch this. This is really intense.
कई बार मुंह फंस गई है नाम नहीं लगी गाना अरे उज्जू बाजार की सिटी में तो मुझे और डाकी है यार हम दिन हाय हां बिजोई मोबाइल बचाएगा
Watch this. This is pretty cool. Here he goes. Going further away.
ले जाओ बड़ा ले जाओ गया अभी आएगा अल्लाह अभी आएगा कोशिश करनी करिए देख Oh, give.
Got it. Cool. Wasn't that something? Wow, he saved the monkey. This guy is great. The Inner Peace Police. Look at this guy.
Excuse me, ma'am. You've been caught questioning the entire system and yet still somehow choosing compassion. That's a Category 7 awakened heart activation. And I'm gonna need you to keep doing that. Louder. You are love. You come from love. Now go shine so bright you short circuit this fear grid.
Yeah. This guy.
Sir, we've got confirmation that you've discovered the world is run by liars playing us on all sides. And instead of shutting down, you opened your soul. That's a violation of the emotional compliance mandate. And I'm going to have to congratulate you on your next assignment. Speak the truth, touch grass. Remind the others that their soul is older than this matrix. Chief, you've been caught protecting your peace while decoding psychological warfare. Yeah, that's an an unauthorized sovereignty violation, then I gotta say, well done. You're now cleared for downloads directly from the source. Use wisely, breathe often.
Isn't that guy cool? Look at that. He's a hero you didn't know you needed. There you go. And that's from the White Rabbit. Police. So cool. President Trump tried to tell you about China's ties to our elections, and that Biden's FBI asked intelligence agencies to destroy intel on the alleged China plot to aid Joe Biden in 2020. From the whistleblowers exposing the Chinese ballot printing company to Tina Peters. Yep. FBI asked spy agencies to destroy intel. Let's listen to John Solomon.
2020 FBI intel memo warning that China might have been sending fake driver's licenses in to create fake mail-in ballots to help Joe Biden win. There's a busting headline in here. When the FBI called this back, so they have this intel, it's corroborated by licenses that are intercepted by Customs and Border in Border Protection in Chicago, but they call it back anyways and decide we're just not going to investigate this because this would look good for Trump, bad for Biden. They ask all intelligence agencies to destroy the intelligence report that the FBI actually sent them. As a Federal Records Act, you're not supposed to do that. But they wanted it destroyed. Why? Because they probably didn't want it to leak out before the election that China preferred Joe Biden over Donald Trump. 60 Minutes aired a piece with the head of the Homeland Security Cybersecurity Division saying there were no foreign intrusions in the 2020 election. It was a perfectly clean election, he said. I think it was Chris Krebs was his name. We now know that to have been a false proclamation. First, we know a year later in 21, a bunch of Iranians were indicted in Manhattan on charges that they interfered in the election and hacked into a state database to obtain voter IDs and use them in a mal-influence operation against the American election.
Well, we did subpoena Mike Frontera, Dominion's lawyer, but they found a way to not let us have our witnesses. What Jenna did, though, that since at least June, those BIOS passwords, 670 of them, from 63 counties out of the 64 counties in Colorado, have been on the public website for the Secretary of State, which means they were out there for anybody to grab.
Anyway.
She should be locked up, and they should throw away the key and let me loose.
Yeah, we need a prisoner swap.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
So
do it. do it. We're getting tired of waiting. Protesters in Minneapolis are no longer allowed near the ICE facility. Oh, good. You mean they actually got the police to enforce something there? Look at this. The creepiest UFO footage ever. In China. Remember this one? One like this stopped the airport from landing and taking off for a while over an airport. Look at that. From many years ago, before AI and before drones. There you go. And here is Don Lemon. What he did in that church is just disgusting with those people.
This is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests. And for some reason...
No, the civil rights is not about these types of protests. MLK never went into a church and disrupted it, screaming at people. It's disgusting. I'm not even going to play any more of it. It's just totally disgusting. Cue to the leftist meltdown. Yes, look at this. President Trump is up 90% is his approval rating. 90%. Yeah, Such a cool guy. He's so good. What did we do to deserve him? He's a great president. All right, let me just see more of that. I'm low-key thinking about it. 718.3 billion for what? For Greenland. What if Elon bought it? He could. Well, if he blew off rockets from there, he might melt the ice pack. Greenland reportedly cost up to 700 billion. That's more than I make in a week. Oh, this is great. And Elon shared this too. Listen to this.
Reporting. We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
No, we're pressed. We're not
That
honking.
vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane.
Insane. He's right. There's Karen back here. He's lying. He's lying. God. He's not lying, lady.
Reporting. We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
No, we're pressed. We're not
That
honking.
vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane.
It is totally insane. I don't think they realize what they're doing, actually. They're so brainwashed. And here's Solomon talking about Bondi dragging her feet. Maybe Trump is asking her to, though.
To give you a sense of where our Attorney General is, she did an Epstein Documents 2.0 on all of us. She did it. She put out this tweet, got a lot of traffic, great Fox News story. Oh my God, guess what I discovered? I discovered that Joe Biden gave up Donald Trump's phone and Mike Pence's phone to Jack Smith. That's great, Madam Attorney General, except that story came out in April. She wasn't even aware that wasn't a new development, but an old development that had been discussed by Senators Grassley and Johnson for months. If you want to fix the perp walk problem, if you want to fix the opportunity to bring accountability, Kash Patel has the evidence. The prosecutors, with the exception of Halligan, are lagging far behind the evidence, and that sand clock is ticking down not only on statute of limitations, but on the time that occurs in between elections. 26 elections already underway. We're missing really valuable time to educate the public. The American people are missing valuable time. I don't think DOJ is getting there. When you see that there was a 6-month delay in this document, when you see the Attorney General presenting something new that is old, she's so far behind the facts. I'm really worried that Donald Trump doesn't have the team that can bring accountability to the Justice Department. That's just my reporting. And by the way, that's what many Justice Department and members of Congress have been saying to me privately over the last 4 weeks. Hey, to give you a sense.
So that's interesting. We'll have to see. Whooping cough outbreak close a Texas school despite 100% vaccination rate. Tell me again why vaccines are required for kids to go to school. Yeah, because it makes them sick. Minneapolis protesters are showing up with their babies strapped to them as shields from law enforcement. I guess they don't care about life outside the womb either. And Walls, here's Fetterman. I'd rather be an honest senator than one who blindly votes with his party, even if that means agreeing with President Trump. Truth has to come before party loyalty. He's a great guy. He's pretty good guy. Here's something from Leah Rain. This is a great point. When? Liberals think conservatives are violent because we own guns. When was the last time you saw a group of conservatives block a freeway, turn over cop cars, riot, loot, throw Molotov cocktails, and burn buildings? We haven't seen it. Look at this. This is really cool art. Check it out. Look at that. He cuts out some black paper with windows and puts a light over it. So puts it over a light. Look at this. He's got a background in the window. Isn't that cool? There's no sound to this. Wait, is there? Nope. Look at this. In a picture frame. Look at that. It's magical. It's really cool. Very cool. And that's the best. Put that out. You're effing acting like we want to show kids porn or something. But something I've learned through the years is that whenever right-wingers accuse others of something, it's definitely because they're projecting. This is from Alden Bung. Oh, what's this? Right below that, Star Advisor. Awoha substitute teacher Alden Bung was charged Wednesday in a criminal complaint filed in federal court for disturbing child pornography. So he's doing it and he's blaming someone else. Yeah. A rare photo of a baby being delivered. Look at that. There's the stork right there. Dropping the baby. Good thing the parents were there to catch it. Isn't that funny? Oh, here's a cat versus a ghost. Watch this. Wow. Maybe they should take this footage and use some infrared or something to see if they could see something that the cat is seeing. Wild. Jake Lang was even chased into a hotel, Indigo, Minneapolis downtown on Saturday. Leftist attackers just busted their way inside, running after him. Look at these animals. Animals. And the police are nowhere throughout all these things. Disgusting. Oh, look at this. Small fringe minorities from almost Alberta, the most Alberta man. Small fringe minorities don't stretch 3 city blocks. Albertans have been showing up. The most Albertan man in the world is getting signatures for Edmonton, for Alberta to be have their own sovereignty, join the U.S. Look at that.
Collected 1,000 signatures for the independence petition in one day. The media said it was a small fringe minority. He said that was a funny way to spell thousands.
That's very cool. And holy crap, We Need a Broderick puts this out. Look at these payouts on the COVID jabs. Disgusting. If I had vaccinated the 6,000 patients I treated for COVID, I could have made $35,523. Like $35,523,000. Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. The hospital collects up to $5,920.50 per patient. Wow. Thank you, Mary Telly, for not doing that. And this is one of the people that got bloodied in Minnesota. Terrible. Terrible. There's Nick Sorter again. Oh, this is so funny. This is good. Watch this. They're playing an otter.
I'll leave my heart with your air. So let me fly with you. Will you be forever with
Why are they running away from me? Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? They're so afraid of that little guy. I don't think that the otter would have hurt them. Do you? It's not a shark, kids. Wow. This video made my day. Yeah. There it is. Alberta. That'll make a very strange looking country then. Close to Alaska there. Close to Alaska. Oh, here's Jake Lang's cut in the back of his head. Isn't that sick? That they did to him. What a patriot he is. And he just won't give up. That face you make when Democrats constantly repeat no one is above the law while refusing to enforce immigration law. That's right. Oh, and here's something. Joe M. put this out. Never forget what Somalis did in the 1993 to 2 U.S. Black Hawk helicopters. They shot down and mercilessly killed 18 U.S. servicemen. That happened in the capital of Somalia, Mogadishu. Somalians don't deserve to be standing on U.S. soil. No, they don't. Disgusting. Look at this. They won't even let this old couple cross the road.
Off our streets, Nazis come! Off our streets, Nazis come!
Yes.
Off our streets, Nazis come! Off our streets, Nazis come!
Just disgusting people. Just disgusting. And that's not real. I guess it's just... Okay. I think we're going to... Wait, what's this? Oh, our ICE are making early morning arrests. Yes. You know what else they're doing? I think we're going to get out of here and go over quickly to... Oh, yeah, Alberta will look like a mailbox flag. Yeah. Hey, Corbin Phoenix is here. Hey, Corbin, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy over there in Minneapolis. I and St. Paul, both cities. I grew up in Minnesota, and it's so sad to see what's happening there. Just disgusting. And he says, I'm doing okay. All right. That's pretty cool. So let's go over to Facebook for a brief momentum. Facebook. There it is. Wait a minute. Is that it? No, this one's it. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. There we are on Facebook. There's our beautiful nebula. Look what happened in Russia. They had a huge snowfall over there. Look at this. Oh, drifting. Look at that drift.
Все окна просто в снегу.
Ouch. Oh, it's hitting hard down there. Ouch. Ouch.
Смотри, он реально до крыши доходит. Окна все под снегом.
Такого еще не...
Kids are having fun sledding down that. Our house supports Border Patrol, ICE, police, and the U.S. military. Oh, yes. Proud American. Yes. Oh, and check this out. Dennis Michael Lynch put this out. Let me make this a little longer here. Look at this. Oops.
Right around the Orlando area. You're retired, you're in your 70s, you're with your brother and one of your best friends. 3 of you. You come outside in the morning and you see this piece of crap. Ahmad Jihad Boja. His middle name is actually Jihad. And he winds up shooting you dead. A triple murder for absolutely no reason, no motive. Your family hears this information and you're like, why? Aside from the fact that he's a jihadi. Then you find out in 2021 that he actually shot at people and then was released for insanity purposes.
Oh my God.
Now, the only thing that makes this worse and more disgusting is that when you look at this guy's arrest record, he's marked down as being white. How do you tell me that this jihadi is white? Now, on top of that, to make matters even worse, his middle name, Jihad, is being scrubbed by the majority of news outlets, including FoxNews.com, who refers to this guy, like the other media outlets, as a Florida man. Let me tell you something. I'm a Florida man. That right there is a jihadist, a Muslim jihadist. Don't get the two confused. Wording means everything. And the way they're wording this is to try to make it sound like a white Florida man killed 3 white men on vacation. No. People like me, white Florida men, don't name themselves jihad, and we don't kill innocent people for no reason, but they do. Somebody tell me in the comments section, why do we need people like this?
We don't.
Who wants this?
Nobody.
Not me.
Only the Democrats.
Imagine.
Only the Democrats. Here are the that tribe. So let's watch this little video. The two-toed tribe in Nigeria. Oh. Oh, how come we don't have sound? Oh, I gotta do that.
Lives in Kanyimba, Zimbabwe, the mysterious African tribe of two-toed people. The Vidoma tribe lives in Kanyimba, Zimbabwe. Its members are often dubbed the ostrich people. That's because they often carry a rare genetic mutation. It's known as ectrodactyly, or lobster claw syndrome. A quarter of all Vidoma are born with 2 outer toes. The 3 middle toes are missing. Tribal law prohibits intermarriage with other tribes, so the condition doesn't spread. The Vidoma don't consider their mutation a disability. It allows them to climb trees faster. However, it makes walking difficult and running impossible. They also can't wear shoes. Tree climbing is a useful skill for the Vidoma. They follow a traditional hunter-gatherer lifestyle. They're the only hunter-gatherers indigenous to Zimbabwe. The mysterious African tribe of two-toed people. The Vidoma.
Okay. There we go. What do you think about that? The Vidoma. Oh, and we got a comment here. The comet Weird Shows reaches peak brightness on January 20th. A lot of stuff is happening on January 20th. It's cosmic. Check this out. Isn't that interesting? Well, you got to look for that. Sean Frosh puts this out. He does that great Trump impersonation. He says, this is why Trump is a phenomenal strategist. Trump wants Greenland. Trump tariffs the EU until they agree that the U.S. can acquire Greenland. Trump takes the revenue from the tariffs on the EU and eventually buy Greenland when they cave. Trump gets Greenland and the EU pays for it. Winning. Oh, isn't that good? I think so. That's pretty good. Pretty good. This girl does some pretty good videos too. Brittany M. Hughes. She's worth a follow. She's talking about that Don Lemon in the church. Oops.
Stormed a church on Sunday morning in the middle of a worship service to protest ICE. Video shows protesters barging into City's church in the middle of their worship service to scream against immigration enforcement. Why? Well, because one of City Church's pastors is apparently an ICE officer in his day job, where he works to apprehend criminal aliens like rapists and murderers. Liberals stormed into the church, accosted the pastor, and terrorized the congregation, including children. Don Lemon then shoved a microphone in the pastor's face and told him protesters had a First Amendment right to trespass on the church's private property and interrupt a religious service.
There's a Constitution and a First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest. Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus. Do you think Jesus would be understanding?
Lemon then walked outside, filmed families with children fleeing the church, and said the entire point of the protest was to traumatize people.
Watch this guy here. Look, he's hugging his kid. It's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but that's what protesting is about.
Do you know how much of a subhuman sewer system you have to be to storm into a church and scream at families over some political cause? Especially if your political cause is defending criminals and gangbangers. Imagine doing that and thinking it makes you the good guy. The First Amendment does not include the right to trespass onto private property and accost people and infringe on their right to free expression of religion. Lock every one of these yahoos up, Don Lemon included, charge them under the FACE Act, and declare that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated by a civilized society, because normal people, we are done with this crap. So leftists, led by none other than Don Lemon, stormed a church on Sunday morning in the middle of a worship service.
Oops. That's right. Oh, look at this. China. Donald Trump for president put this out. China broke the world records, launching 2 rockets at the same day, and both failed tragically. Look at that. Oh, boy. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Oh, here's something good. Now, it's always good to pay it forward. When checking out at the stores, ask your checkout person what kind of candy bar they like and buy them one. I did this today, even though I was at the self-checkout. It was good. I thanked myself. Here, this woman rocks too. Haba says DOJ will come down hard on anti-ICE agitators after church targeted. I hope so. And here is our cover picture. This is NGC 2170, popularly known as the Angel Nebula, is a spectacular reflection nebula located in the constellation of Montesiros, the Unicorn, estimated to be 2,700 light years big. Wow, that's pretty cool. Terrorist sympathizers need to be removed from our government. Yeah. I think maybe yesterday. Here's these 3 scumbags. Deport all illegal aliens and lock up Biden for letting them in. Yes, 4 MS-13 illegal aliens have been arrested in Maryland after they hacked a 14-year-old boy to death with a machete. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, and look, my memories from 9 years ago. Actually, these pictures are more than 9 years ago. These are 2 pictures that my daughter Alicia painted, watercolor, when she was like in 2nd grade. But look at this. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Okay. How do I get to the next one? Oh, and this one I should tell you. I said, this is really nice, Alicia. What is it? She said, oh, it's a girl in bed with a ponytail. Isn't that cute? And this one right here, why won't this play or open up? It won't open up. But this is a stage. Here's the curtains and here's the light on the stage. Isn't that beautiful? And she did go on to act, so that's pretty cool. Oh, there it is. What's going on here? Maybe it'll let me do it now. Nope, not going to let me. Boy, one of these days I'll learn how to use this computer. Oh. Well, maybe that's it, folks. Maybe we are done, huh? I think we are. We've come to the end of the road here. I want to thank you all for stopping on by and being truth questers. Thank you very much. And let me see here. I got to give my little message. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all so very much. Hello?
Don't forget to show BK those pictures that you were going to show of your mother's birds.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Let me see. Where would that be? Okay. I got to look for it. It's not super handy right now, so I got to, oh, is that it? Yeah. Okay. All right, then. Here it goes. So my mom is 86, and she's been doing wood carvings for decades, since the mid-80s, I think. And she's won international awards. She's just a fantastic wildlife artist, and she carves these from wood. Tupelo is the wood that she uses now. And she paints them. And she's won international awards with some of her works. So these are the ones she has for sale right now. And these would be double that price in a gallery. So if you are interested, you get two cardinals for $425. You got this buffle head for $275. I have one of those. Very cool. A Sahuet owl, $325. That's a bargain. And she loves doing these too. She loves doing the owls. Here's a robin for $200. There's even two of these. Each $200. And the hooded merganser for $400. Beautiful duck. And this beautiful crow for $400 on a piece of like burl driftwood or something. Very nice. So that's it, the BK. I hope that you saw that. And thanks a lot for coming by, everybody. And Skylark says, thank you, Aaron. And Chronaviewer says, great show, Aaron. Thanks, buddy. And I said, thank you all so very much. Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer says, great show at Aaron. Thank you. God bless you. Much love and peace in, everyone. That's awesome. And Skylark 74 says, good night, fellow truth questers. And then Kathy says, good night, everyone. Well, I hope you all have a very good night. And I hope that I wasn't too late for bringing this up for the BK to see those. I got to send those to him as soon as I get data back on my phone. All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming along, folks. You guys rock because you're the Truth Questers. And we do this. When do we do this? Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious. The paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO, come out of the Truth Quest and talk all about it. We'd love to hear your stories about that crazy UFO. And that'll be fun. And Cap 78 Pack says, hope you all start to feel better soon, Aaron and family and grands. Yes. Oh, it's taking its toll, I'm telling you. I can't wait to get better again. Thanks, Peggy Dancer. Thank you to everyone. We'll see you on Wednesday at right around 9:00 p.m. Central Time. Until then, peace in world peace, baby. That's right. We'll see you on Wednesday. Peace in.